Perry's Star, about meditation for sleep or anxiety. Written, illustrated, and read by Suzy Chase-Motzkin. Copyright 2009. Perry's Star is the first story in the Our Life Skills series. The illustrations are left without color, so the reader may express themselves creatively and become more invested in the concepts. Please do not drive or operate machinery while listening to this recording. Perry laid in his bed after his mother kissed him goodnight and shut out the light. He could not stop thinking about the next day. He had been really excited about starting school, but there were so many things he didn't know. Not knowing frightened him. Would the other children like him? Would the teacher be nice? Would Daddy remember to pick him up? There were so many questions. He called for his mother, who was in the hallway passing his room. "Mommy, I can't sleep." "What's wrong, honey?" she questioned as she stuck her head in the doorway. "Are you worried about your first day of school?" Perry recited his concerns as his mother sat on the bed reassuring him. Thinking all was well, his mother kissed him on the forehead and left the room. Time passed, and Perry called for his mother again. His mother came to the door to see what was wrong. Once more she reassured him. "Everything will be okay, Perry. Most all children have the same worries as you before they start school." Then came another kiss on the forehead and another try at falling asleep. Perry tried and tried to stop thinking so he could fall asleep. His tossing and turning in bed made the sheets wrap around him and he felt trapped. He had so many worries and concerns. Again, he called to his mother, who answered from her room. "Perry, sweetie, I told you there's nothing to worry about. It's late and I have to go to sleep too." "But, Mommy, I've tried and I just can't sleep," Perry called back. His mother recalled something she learned about meditation and imagination as she was returning to Perry's room. She had an idea. After straightening his covers, she sat on the corner of the bed and instructed Perry to close his eyes. In a very warm and soft voice, she began. "Take a long, deep breath through your nose and then blow it out of your mouth. Again, breathe in through your nose, filling your belly and chest with air. Hold it. Now exhale out through your mouth. One more breath in. And as you blow it out, completely relax." Perry let out a big sigh as he blew out the breath. "Now imagine there is a big star shining down upon you. Do you see the star?" she asked. "No," answered Perry. His mother encouraged him to close his eyes tightly. "The star is surely there." "I see it," gasped Perry. His mother asked him to describe his star. "It's blue with yellow, and it's all sparkly," he piped. "Oh, that sounds beautiful, Perry. Now that you see your star," his mother went on, "see and feel it shining down upon you. You can feel the star's warmth as it bathes you in its light. You find yourself on a path, walking toward a beautiful garden. All the while, your star is following along and protecting you with its light. You first hear the sounds of water, and then see a little stream with a stone bridge over it. Next to the bridge is a great tree with thick branches. Find a leaf on the ground and blow your worry onto it. Make sure it sticks. I don't get it, Mommy, Perry puzzled. All you have to do is think about what worries you, and it will automatically stick to the leaf, she explained. If you need to, you can glue it. In your imagination, anything is possible. When you place the leaf on the water, it will float away like a little boat. Are you ready now? At the sound of Perry's quiet murmur, his mother continued very slowly and quietly. Close your eyes and feel your star. Find a leaf on the ground or climb the tree to find one. Bring the leaf to the bridge and drop it into the stream. Watch the leaf and your worry glide away on the stream as you walk over the stone bridge to enter a garden. Feel the warmth of your sparkly star as it shines down on you. You have entered a garden with many colors. You see different shades of green, dark green, blue green, yellow green all around. The air smells fresh and perfumed with flowers. You hear a songbird sweetly chirping. There are bright purple pansies. The flowers are beautiful and have velvety petals. There's a cute turtle waddling along the ground. As you kneel on the ground to watch the turtle, you land in a patch of fuzzy moss. Look very closely at the moss. It is so soft and deep green. It looks like a miniature forest. Imagine. His mother stopped and listened. Perry had fallen asleep and was breathing deeply. She left the room quietly. In the morning, Perry woke up happily anticipating his first day of school. Perry found that he really enjoyed school. He loved making new friends, and his teacher was really nice. He learned about so many interesting things and was able to recognize new words. He loved painting, building things with blocks, and snack time. On one unfortunate day, his teacher yelled at him. She raised her voice in front of the whole class. Perry had spattered a gob of paint on a book. It was a mistake, and he was so embarrassed. Perry felt it was unfair that he should be in trouble for having an accident. He tried to hide his eyes as he cried with anger and embarrassment. He remained quiet and stayed to himself for the rest of the day. When his father picked him up at school, Perry burst into tears as soon as he got into the car. He spurted out the story to his worried father. Perry's father explained to him that sometimes grown-ups get angry and yell without thinking. He suggested that Perry try to understand things from the teacher's point of view. He explained the value of books and went on to describe how trees were cut and pulp was made. Perry loved books and cried, "But Daddy, it was an accident." His father tried his best to comfort him. Perry had a terrible day. At bedtime, he tossed and turned thinking about the events of the day. Try as he might, he just could not fall asleep. He lay there for the longest time and finally called out to his parents. It was Daddy who came. Perry's mother sent him after telling him what to do. Perry's father sleepily shuffled down the hall and appeared in Perry's doorway. "What is it, sport?" his father mumbled as he sat in the chair next to the bed. "Are you having trouble falling asleep?" I've tried, but I just cannot fall asleep," Perry sighed. Getting right down to business, Perry's father quietly instructed him to close his eyes and relax while taking 3 deep breaths. Perry did as he was told. He remembered how his mother had instructed him. "Do you see the star?" his father asked after his 3rd out-breath. "It's gray and not very bright," Perry groaned. His father suggested he change the color of the star by adding green and blue. He knew they were Perry's favorite colors. Perry squeezed his eyes and brow. "My star is all sparkly again." Perry's father sleepily spoke. "Let the star wrap you in its light. You feel loved and protected by the light. This time, when you go to the stream with your worry, look for the biggest leaf to stick your worry to. Watch your worry float away down the stream," his father drawled. "As you walk over the bridge, you smell the ocean and hear the birds chattering. You feel a warm breeze against your skin. Your star is shining even brighter. As you get closer to the ocean, you can see the dolphins splashing along the shore. Feel the sand between your toes as you watch the dolphins." Perry waited for his father to speak, but instead he heard snoring sounds. Within seconds, his father had fallen asleep. Perry pushed him awake. "Daddy, go to bed," he urged. His father cleared his throat and kissed Perry on the forehead. Loudly yawning, he shuffled down the hallway to his room. After Perry's father left the room, Perry closed his eyes and pictured his star. It was mostly blue around the edges, with a bright golden light in the middle. He imagined the golden light streaming into his body through the top of his head. It was not long before he drifted off to sleep, feeling happy and safe. He wasn't sure why, but in the morning everything seemed to be okay. As the years passed, Perry was mostly happy. Every now and then, something would make him uneasy, and Perry would guide himself through the star meditation. On rare occasions, one of his parents would help. Every time Perry meditated, the star would be a different set of colors, and the garden would turn into a different place. Sometimes there would be angels. Sometimes there would be snow to play in or mountains to climb. Always, the star would shine down upon him and help him feel protected and warm. After a time, he did not need to call in his parents. He had fun imagining all by himself. When Perry was 8, he went to sleepaway camp for a whole month. It was really far away from home, and he could only write to his parents. It would be 2 whole weeks before they would come to visit. He was excited and loved the camp, but there were younger boys in his cabin who missed their parents. 2 of the boys would softly cry at bedtime. A few nights passed with the tears making Perry feel sorry for the boys. He decided to share his star meditation with them. He told the boys in his cabin that he could help them fall asleep with a type of meditation. After some teasing about it, they all agreed to have Perry show them how. Perry began by instructing them to close their eyes and take 3 deep breaths into their bellies, relaxing more deeply with each breath. Then he told them to find their star and asked each of the boys to describe what they saw. Every one was slightly different. When all had finished describing their star, he told them to feel the star's warmth like the sun. Then Perry spoke of the tree by the stream and the stone bridge. He instructed them to put their worries on leaves and watch them float down the stream. They all entered the garden and began the journey Perry described. Every single boy fell soundly to sleep. For the next few nights, Perry talked them through the meditation. Then each night after, someone else would lead the group by describing the garden. Camp was wonderful, and everyone felt it had ended too quickly. Perry grew up and went off to college. There were a lot of things to do and so many things to remember. Even though he was much older, Perry still found comfort in picturing his star and imaginary world as he drifted off to sleep at night. Sometimes, even if it were not time to go to sleep, Perry would just sit quietly for a few minutes and picture his star. The things that felt stressful at the time would wash away down the stream, while the warmth and light of the sparkly star helped to kindle Perry's imagination. The end.